Here's part 5 of Horrorstör, and here is your Lyra Pip. So they finally made it back to the break room, finally, and Basil saw them walk in with the two stragglers who were filming as they were going, and he's like, what the fuck? What the hell? Amy spilled the beans, and she's like, this is how they got in here. They hid in the freaking Lyra Pip, man. They're ghost hunting or some shit, and Matt tried to explain to them, ghost bomb, actually, not just ghost hunting, it's ghost bomb. Dude, I don't give a fuck what it's called. You guys broke into Orsk. You broke into your job. You could lose your job. And Trinity was like, we actually, ghost bomb, we caught something on the tape. And she showed them the footage. She believed, like, I caught a freaking ghost. I caught a ghost man. But she showed the footage of a man walking through the showroom. It's the guy in the navy blue shirt that Amy saw earlier that morning. And she's like, ah, I know that guy. I saw him this morning. I should have said something. And Matt's like, Trinity, it's not a ghost. That's an actual man in the store. And she's like, no, you guys are trying to invalidate my ghost hunting abilities. Ghost bomb, dude. It's a ghost. And they're all like, no, girly pop. That's a man. And we gotta go find this guy. He's the dude that probably shit on the Bruca this morning. Let's go. And Amy also brought up, like, actually, he's probably the one that carved on the walls in the girls' bathroom. And everyone's like, what? She's like, yeah, I tried telling you, Basil, earlier, but you wouldn't listen to me. Somebody carved a bunch of words into the women's bathroom. Come on. So they went to the women's bathroom near the back door, and they walked in, and it looked like there was a few more lines added to it. And they were looking around the room of all these names, and Beehive, Archie Williams, Beehive, 2 years, crossed out forever, blah, 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 names they couldn't recognize. And everyone was like, their heebies were jeebied, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to stay in here. This is creepy. The rest of them were like, we got to call the cops. We can't stay here. Don't feel safe. And Ruth is like, no, don't call the cops, please. And Amy got on the phone, talked to dispatch, tried to explain logically what was going on. Hey, we got a guy that broke into the Orsk location off of blah, blah, blah street. And then Ruth interrupted her, and she's like, Amy, please hang up. I need you to hang up. You can't call the cops. Amy was confused. Why not? There's a guy in here. It could be dangerous. And she's like, listen, Orsk is all I have. If I lose this job, I have nothing else for me. Like, this is all I have left. So Amy didn't press any further. She hung up the phone. She's like, okay, I'll do this for you, Ruth. I'm sure we can talk to the guy and figure this. But unfortunately, she gave enough information to dispatch where there was already cops on the way. So things were rolling. So they all got together and they started venturing towards finding the man. They ended up finding the guy hiding under a bed frame, and they pretty much pulled a go on, get kind of move. And Basil had to, like, man up, get his bearings in check, and he talked to the guy. Turns out the guy was afraid. He was a homeless man named Carl. Carl didn't have a job. He didn't have a place to live. He was trying to get visitation for his daughter back home. He was going through a tough time. Carl was really respectful. He's like, I will do everything in my power to make this right. I'll do what you need me to do. I can't go back to jail, man. And of course, Trinity's just like, this cannot end on a good note. Let's do a seance so we have more footage for Ghost Bomb. And everyone's like, girl, could you stop? Take a back seat. Lady, we're not doing a seance in the store. Just kidding. They're like, Yeah, sure, why not? And Basil's like, I don't want any part of this. I'm gonna go wait outside for the police, and then we can work everything out. I'll disregard them because, Carl, you seem like a genuine guy. You haven't hurt us yet. You're fine. So Basil goes away. Matt and Trinity start setting up candles, EVP readers, cameras in different angles, and they handcuffed each other together around this little table, including Carl, and Trinity starts speaking to whoever is listening, and she's like, are there any spirits here? And it fell silent. It was dark. There was candles lit in this creepy warehouse store. And then Amy was sitting there, eyes closed, and she just opens an eye, looks around the circle. Everyone had their eyes closed. In this dark room, slightly reflected by these little candles lit. And Trinity was sitting in the corner, mouth open. And there was lines of snot. There's nothing that grosses me out more in movies or in anything than mucus. I don't know what it is, but like mucus is freaking gross to me. Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars, vomitous. It grossed me out as a child. So imagining her mucus was like globbing down, filling up her mouth. So, oh God, filling up her mouth, and Amy's like, Trinity, that's gross. And she's just mouth open, snot gooping out of her mouth, and then she choked, and this ectoplasma flows from her mouth and creates these little tendrils, and they go over to Carl, and it sucks itself through his mouth and up his nose until this whole mucousy ectoplasma disappears into his face. It was a whole scene.